Good morning, children. Today I'll teach you how to prepare a flow chart for the separation of different types of mixtures. Now we have to follow a proper order to separate the mixtures. Now first example that I am taking is sand plus iron filings and sulphur. So I have a mixture of sand plus iron filings and sulphur. So what method is to be used first? There has to be an order. Okay, so we cannot use the last method in the beginning and that will spoil the mixture. We have to think that which method is to be used first. Now all are dry things here. Okay, so what can be done in the beginning itself so that one component can be separated? So first of all we will use magnetic separation here because iron is present here. So magnetic separation method will be used. According to this, iron will get separated, iron filings will get separated, they get attracted to the magnet and they will get separated, right? So when one thing is separated, then you can put a circle around it that this is now done. Now I am left with sand and sulphur. Now I have to use a proper solvent. Now sand does not dissolve in water. Rather sand is very heavy. It will not dissolve in other solvents also. So I have to think about sulphur. So we will use carbon disulfide. It's a solvent which can dissolve sulphur. So here I will get, after sedimentation, decantation, filtration, sand will be separated and sulphur and carbon disulfide will be there. So after dissolving this mixture into carbon disulfide, I will use the next step and that is sedimentation. Sedimentation will be there. Then other methods and filtration. Filtration is there. After doing this, I will get sand. Sand is separated. Sand is separated now. And here I am left with carbon disulfide plus sulphur. So what to do with this? Here this is a solution because this has dissolved in this. Then the next step is evaporation. We do evaporation and that will separate the sulphur and carbon disulfide and I'll get sulphur. Sulphur will be there. So I am here with all three things: iron filings, sand and sulphur. Three things are completely separated. So what were the steps? First I did magnetic separation which separated iron and then I was left with sand and sulphur. This was dissolved in carbon disulfide and then sedimentation, decantation, filtration is done. With this sand is separated and then carbon disulfide and sulphur solution was there. Then do evaporation and sulphur will be left behind in the end. So this is one technique and one separation that I have done. Okay. Now the second one I'll take. I'll use the second method now is to separate sawdust, salt and water. The second mixture is sawdust plus I have salt and here I am referring to the common salt NaCl and water. So this is your second mixture. How to separate now? Sawdust, salt and water. What should we do? We will put these two in water. Okay, because everything is mixed up, so these two will try to dissolve in water. What will happen? Salt will dissolve in water, but sawdust will not dissolve. So what is to be done? We will do filtration. Now after filtration, sawdust was light, so it was floating on water. So what is to be done? Filtration. After filtration, sawdust is collected as the residue, and salt and water, they are together as salt solution. So here I am done with this sawdust. So put a circle around it. This is done. So I have now salt plus water. So this is a solution. The salt dissolves in water. So now I'll do evaporation and distillation is to be done. If I want water also, then distillation is to be done. So evaporation, distillation, and you will get salt and water separated. Water will be collected as distillate and salt is there in the evaporating dish or the retort around bottom glass, and it is separated. So I am here with all the three components of the mixture: sawdust, salt and water. This is done. Now the next mixture I'll take up. Every method we will try to include in these flowcharts. The third is chaff. I have a mixture of chaff plus wheat grains. Okay, wheat grains I have, or any type of grains you can have, plus few almonds. Okay, I have a few almonds into this mixture. What is to be done? So as you can see that the almonds are very few in number and they are easily identified also. The first method that we can use here is hand picking. We'll do hand picking for almonds. So my almonds are separated. Almonds are done. I am left with now chaff and wheat grains. So the method that is to be used here is winnowing. That is, we'll take the help of the blowing wind. Wind will take away, or winnowing process will take away the chaff, and wheat grains are left behind. So I'll get chaff plus grains separated. Okay, so this is also done. So we have to go step by step so that everything is separated and in proper order. So this is the flow chart for chaff, wheat grains and almonds. 3 mixtures are done. I am trying to include every type of separation technique so that you understand where we use them. Right. So 3 mixtures are done.